Right, this next video isn't a necessity for middle splits, but I do advise that you do this one. I use this one a lot. I think it's an absolutely fantastic stretch and it has aided me in my own training loads, more than I can explain, alright? It's called a thoracic extension. Now obviously the thoracic is an area of your spine, alright? Now we're going to be using either a foam roller, you can use a PVC pipe, something that's kind of the cylinder shape that you can put your body weight on and move around. I'll explain, you'll see how the drill works, okay? But again, it's not a necessity, so you don't have to worry about it. So if you don't want to do it, by all means, feel free to skip this. So the way it's going to work, obviously the foam roller's on the floor, like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it, I'm going to lie my back. The middle of my back is going to be on the foam roller. My legs are going to be bent, alright, my bum is on the floor. Now, there are a couple of variations of this you're going to do, I'll explain as we go. So what we are looking for is obviously the extension of the spine, this one. Alright, so I'm in here. Obviously this is why you need the foam roller, because you can't really achieve this position without anything to rest yourself on. Okay? What you're going to do, you're going to lie yourself back in this position here. Now I always like to start with my arms above my head, so in this way. And my aim is going to be to raise my head and my shoulders, and then to kind of press my back into the foam roller. So I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to press my back down this way. Okay? So I get a nice extension through the spine there. Now again, I don't hold this for seconds, I tend to hold this for breaths. Right? Personally, I tend to do 3 in and out breaths, alright, and then I move the position of the foam roller. So I'll go through a few sets for you now. So I fix my position in here, hands down, raising it, the shoulders breathe. And when I've completed my 3 reps, I then move my body down slightly. Now you don't want to go too far, because I don't want this to come up too high. We kind of work middle to upper back. Once you come to your shoulder neck area, you've gone too far, you don't want to work that, alright? And then I just kind of repeat the process. So feet are planted, allow myself back down, hands go at the top, lift the head and the shoulders. And I'm really pressing my back and making that arch in to the foam roller this way. So I'm getting that nice extension and that stretch through my upper back. Be conscious of your lower back. You don't want to get like a massive arch coming here. Your bum wants to be flat on the floor, and we're looking for the arch in the top part of the spine. Okay? I tend to do 3 or 4 movements on this. So I did the first one, just done the second one, and then I move again for a third one, maybe a fourth. It depends obviously how tall you are, how much back you have, and how far up you go. As I say, if you come down to this sort of area, all you're going to be doing is hurting your neck, and you don't want to do that. Alright? So that's the first set. I then rest it off for a minute, maybe, and I do it again. Alright? I tend to do 2 to 3 times, 2 or 3 sets through, little rest in between. It's just a warm-up, alright? So you're just getting a nice extension through the back, opening everything up, and it feels really good. Okay? There is another way to do it, rather than the hands above the head. Now I always do this one second, because I feel the first one's kind of a warming into it, and then you have your minute rest, and you'll find that you can go that little bit further. The same with stretching, you do a bit of stretching, you rest it off, and then you can go a bit further and a bit further. Alright, so what I do for this one, I reset my position, so I come back to the middle of my back, make sure I'm happy, and this time, rather than my hands going above my head, so I'm not resting my hands on the floor, I cross my arms over this way, so I take my arms out of the equation, and then it's the same thing. I want to keep my head and shoulders up, and press my back this way. I don't want to kind of let the head go and my shoulders go here, because you're not going to get the effect of the exercise. Alright, I want to keep this nice and tight, and then leaning back. And again, breathing. I'm working on really extending through that back. Shouldn't be painful, okay? This is a really nice exercise, really good at opening up that upper back, getting that thoracic extension. And I find it helps because it comes down into the hips when I do my warm-ups and everything, and really helps me with my splits, okay? So that's something you can add, but again, it is completely optional. So I'll put it in the group, I'll put it on your plan, but if you don't wish to do it, then you don't have to do it, okay?